Hi, hello, good morning. Welcome to the channel. So, in the previous session of our discussion about the chapter Nationalism in India, so there we were discussing about towards civil disobedient movement, towards civil disobedience. So, Mahatma Gandhi in the month of February 1922 he decided to withdrawal non-cooperation movement as it turned into violent in many parts, many reasons. And moreover, Gandhiji thought that satyagrahis, the people, need to be properly trained before they could join ready for mass struggles. But some leaders they were not interested in taking part mass struggles, but they are very much interested and they wanted to participate in elections to the provincial councils that had been set up by the Government of India Act 1990. So, with the vision, with the dream of Mahatma Gandhi, the leaders like Chittaranjan Das, Motilal Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, and others, they formed Swaraj Party, and within the party, they went with arguing within the Congress, they went with arguing for returning to the council politics. Then young leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, and others, they pressed more radical mass agitation and for full independence or complete freedom. In these situation, within the opinions of Congress INC, internal debates and discussions were taken. Two important factors shaped Indian politics towards 1920s. First one is worldwide economic depression. Worldwide economic depression made agricultural prices to fall down from 1926 and finally it got collapsed in 1930. So, due to this worldwide economic depression, demands for agricultural goods got fell down and exports also declined. Because of this, peasants found very difficult to sell their harvests and pay their revenues. Simon Commission is a commission which was arrived to India in the year 1928, and the commission was mainly led by Sir John Simon. It came to India to set up in response of nationalist movement and also to work or look into the functioning of constitutional system in India and suggest the same to the British government formed by Tory. But the commission was mainly boycotted because the Simon Commission it do not consisted any Indian member in it. All the members in the commission they are British only. So because of that, in the year 1928, the leaders of Indian National Congress and other political leaders, they greeted the commission with the slogan, "Go back, Simon." And in this particular moment, all parties took their part, like Congress, Muslim League, and others. They uh, launched demonstrations and movements in opposing Simon Commission. Then the liberals and the moderates who were proposing a constitutional system within the framework of British dominion gradually lost their influence. In December 1929, in the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lahore Congress session formalized the demand of Purna Swaraj or full independence on the bank of river Indus. So Mahatma Gandhi now he found a way to relate this abstract idea of full independence or Purna Swaraj to make more concrete so that it can make rapid impact in the people of their regular everyday life. Let's begin the Salt March and the civil disobedience movement. So Mahatma Gandhi, he thought, he believed that salt, it is a powerful symbol that could unite, bond the nation. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Lord Irwin, stating or requesting or placing 11 demands. 11 demands. Among these 11 demands placed by Gandhi, some of these were general interest. Some demands were of general interest and others were specific, which are related to different classes from industrialists to peasants. The idea was to make the demands wide ranging so that all classes within Indian society could identify with them and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. So the 11 demands placed by Mahatma Gandhi to Lord Irwin, Viceroy Lord Irwin. So the 11 demands were of general interest and even some demands were of specific. All these demands placed by Mahatma Gandhi, they are related to different groups of people or different social groups, from peasants to industrialists. He believed that all the classes or groups of people may or they could come together to launch united campaign in making Purna Swaraj or complete independence. The most stirring of all was the demands of abolition of salt tax. So among 11 demands, the most stirring or interesting demand, it is the abolition of salt tax, because salt was something consumed by all the group of people from rich to poor, and it was one of the most essential item of good. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production, Gandhiji declared, revealed the most oppressive phase of British rule by launching Salt Satyagraha or Dandi March. So let me stop, and about Salt March we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care of yourself, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you one and all.